Number one, take the best job you can get. Number two, if you really have to make a choice between a tech startup or a finance consulting, it's not really an either or. I strongly recommend a finance or a consulting foundation. Your likelihood of success longer term will really help. You can join tech startups after doing 2 or 3 years of finance or consulting and keep doing one startup after the other.
Yeah.
The answer to that question is don't stay in investment banking or consulting too long. If you stay too long, it's very hard to switch. Get the foundation in 2 to 4 years and then come to a tech startup. That will be my recommendation. Got it. I would say the most important mistake I've made is actually when I moved from. So consulting and finance are very similar, right? In terms of structure, you're in small teams, you work with really smart people, and you just focus on doing the right thing, and you feel like you're doing the right thing. My biggest mistake that I made at Uber is as part of my transition, I found it really hard that sometimes people just didn't get what I was saying. And actually grew impatient a lot of the times. I felt like, why are they not getting it? And that's when I realized it is not as linear as it used to be in consulting and banking. In consulting and banking, client has given you a problem, you're going in solving it, and all 5 people are moving in the same direction for the entire time, and you're going to bring some revenue to your firm that's attributed to that. But when you go into a company, it is really about shared credit. And to get shared credit, you really need to make sure that 3 or 4 other people also feel like they have also originated that idea, they're also a part, they have a say. And that's when I felt like I wasn't trying hard enough to kind of bring everybody on board and actually inspire them early on. I was more like telling them that, okay, this needs to get done, just guys do it. So I would say that that has been my one significant mistake, which took me a while to correct because I was, again, too trained in consulting and banking for too long. So guys, so if you move on early, you'll not have these challenges. If you move a little late, you'll take a while to adapt. But I would say that is pretty much the most important thing I advise anybody who comes in my team, pretty much from consulting and banking, and I tell them, don't assume anything. You're here to inspire, you're here to educate, and you're here to share your credit. You're not here to tell people what to do.